This is LOGICALMGTOW. This is one video is essentially going to be directly for those who still do not understand MGTOW. We have a number of members that have joined the MGTOW manosphere that have gone through divorces, that have gone through breakups and separations and many other things, but nonetheless, it has a number of men that have been helped and to understand the MGTOW philosophy. And the MGTOW philosophy is not to hate, is not to attack, it's not to demean. But those who are MGTOW haters, however, choose to demean and be racial, obviously, and to be more above the base of coercion against the MGTOW members. And yet many of those are men as well as women. Yes, there are feminist women such as Rose Blades and many others that are against the MGTOW philosophy and the MGTOW in its full entirety, because they want men to go back to the plantation so that women can have the say-so and control over what men do and do not do. And especially when it comes to the points of where women go in the sense of draining the guy for everything he has, starting from his wallet and his bank account, just to make themselves better. But yet, the one thing is, women don't realize money as well as wealth doesn't make you better. It just helps you survive through the day-to-day life of your lifetime. That's it. It doesn't make you holier than thou. It doesn't make you nothing. Just a normal human being. But of course, I know we know as well as I do. We at MGTOW know that, and I'm sure many men, especially MGTOW haters that are also men, know that women will spend most of their money on them, not on both the man and the woman, but mostly on them. And they'll expect the man to spend more money on the woman more than the guy. And yet the guy, as if the guy has no equal value to the woman. Yet in reality, even in spiritual sense, we are both human beings. We are both Heavenly Father's children. And yet, of course, we have one particular MGTOW hater known as McHenry. He claims to be a woman. He claims to be a hero of women. He's not. He's not. He's not like Hulk Hogan, the WWE, WWF wrestler. He's not like the any one of the wrestlers, not even like John Cena. There's no way in hell he would be comparison to John Cena. John Cena has a lot more logic and intelligence more than McHenry does, obviously. So do I. McHenry, if you were to McHenry, the so-called MGTOW slur, if you were to go come across me, logical MGTOW Spock, you would lose. Because I know the female and male psyche better than you will ever. I know the female and male psyche better than you will ever know in your whole entire lifetime. McHenry, the so-called MGTOW Slayer, you don't realize the fucking fact that the more you attack the MGTOW manosphere and our members, the more you will have the points to where, like, say for example, you, McHenry, decide to go into the MGTOW manosphere. You want to join the MGTOW manosphere after you have eaten all your words of hate and bashing and whatnot of any number of our members, especially in the racial aspect, as you have done. The more you do that, and say for example, you McHenry, the so-called MGTOW Slayer, you were to be in a particular divorce or breakup, or a complete total separation from a woman, to the points to where you go into the general base of deep psychological emotional depression, not knowing what else to do but end your own life. Many men have gone through that, and you cannot say without even a thought that you yourself will not be going through that particular psychological emotional thought. You may say, "No, I won't do that. Oh, that'll never happen. MGTOW Spock, you're wrong." I'm like, no, I'm not wrong, no. Many men have gone through it in their own way and in their own time. Things happen gradually, as you probably have not noticed. The more you deny the things that can and might totally happen to you, it's okay to say that you don't see it happening because you haven't gone to that point yet. Now have you? And one never knows until it actually happens. We MGTOW have saved lives. I have saved lives, even outside of MGTOW. Even before I started advocating, and yes, I do advocate for the United States of America. I've done that since 2004. I'm a humanitarian, citizen, and disability, and also educational and health advocate, and business advocate as well. The basic fact is, McHenry, you don't realize, and many of those that have attacked us in the same male gender do not realize. The more you try to demean the MGTOW manosphere and our members, the more chances of you not being accepted into the manosphere. You are about to burn the bridge of ever being accepted, where the doors will be closed upon you, even from those within the MGTOW manosphere. We don't want to do that, but the more you attack us, we will. The more you try to demean us, we will. And also, the one thing is also, the more you use our acronym, McHenry, the so-called MGTOW Slayer, the more you use our acronym, that just gives us more advertisement of MGTOW, and it makes you look really bad. It makes you look really bad. McHenry, you don't get the fucking fact that by acting by like someone you're not, in which you have in many of your videos, and I've seen a number of your videos. Trust me. All right, the way you're acting by saying that you're the hero of women when you're not, you're the defender of rose blades when you're not. You're the king of booty Rama, whatever the fuck it was, right? The basic fact is you're none of those. And as I've commented on your videos, is that you need psychological major psychiatric help. I surprisingly have helped people in the psychological aspect and manner. But the more you demean people and get racial, you can forget it. Being you can totally forget me helping you psychologically if at all, and you can forget me advocating for you if at all, and you can forget me and my MGTOW brothers and members to ever allow you in the MGTOW manosphere. So McHenry, you have only one option, don't you? It's okay if you want to be simping and bowing down to feminism and the Me Too movement. In fact, McHenry, the Me Too movement has been looking for more male members. I'm sure they'll accept you and then tear you down emotionally and psychologically without you knowing and realizing. In which basically that's what they're good at. And I know they've done it to a number of teen male members of theirs. So you're right down their alley, McHenry, so-called MGTOW Slayer, the McHenry Cruz MGTOW Slayer. You do not know nothing what you peddle out, even about our members of MGTOW. I know more than you will ever, on every level. Not only of the male and female psyche, but also of their female nature. And I also know that the more you act like a complete idiot on video, instead of being yourself when you're not really being yourself, while you're on video from what I've seen, women can see through that, you idiot. Don't we MGTOW men already knew that. And the one thing is that we protect and defend each other. You won't get a full, true defense from any of the feminists. They'll just laugh at your ass, McHenry, the so-called MGTOW Slayer. You don't know what you peddle out because all you're doing is just flapping your mouth. You're not really thinking of what to say, really. It may seem like you are, and while you're on video, you're like, and then start saying shit, right? And then you go, in between your talks. Yes, you may be younger than I am. I don't care. But the basic fact is, you need to really, really think about things. So I implore you, McHenry, the so-called MGTOW Slayer, to not make a video for at least 2 months. To really sit back and think about what you've said and what you've done and what you've negatively done in the sense of also being a racist little freak, which is also a big time fucking sin. I am a spiritual person, yes. But the one thing is also, I am a humanitarian, and I believe that your actions on the videos that you've made are not human. They're not logical, and they're not respectful. You are not the most important person on the face of this planet. You are not the ruler of all. Thereby, you cannot try to tell us MGTOW men and our members that you direct your videos towards to do anything. And you don't have the type of money that you claim to donate towards any one of our members that you mentioned. And I will not, and for the respect of our members, I will not mention the name. You already have mentioned his name. That you donated money towards on the donation part of a page of sorts. The GoFundMe thing that you mentioned on one of your videos. You don't have that type of money. That's only to impress women, and believe me, they could see the fact that you don't have that type of money. Like I said, women are stupid on various levels, but they're not stupid on the way men try to act all big shit when they're not, and they know when the guy's being really truly being themselves. And McHenry, I can guarantee you, even through logical MGTOW here, you're not being yourself. You're being what you think the women would like and accept and open their legs at 10 and 2 for. I can guarantee you, if I had a daughter, and I'm not going to say if I did or not, if I had a daughter, when I and with being with a woman, if at all, and I'm not going to say if I was or not, but if I did have a child in the sense of a daughter, and if you treated my daughter in the sense of that way, you would be put through the ground more than 10 feet under. You do that to my female, if you did anything in the derogatory, disrespectful way to my female cousins, you would be the same way, and you would not be able to climb the fuck out from being that deep under the planet's ground. So those of what I said in actuality, McHenry, the so-called MGTOW Slayer, believe it or not, you will come to a point to where you will want to eat your words, even your words of hate, dismay, and attack in every base of attacks towards any number of our members of MGTOW, and the disrespect that you've shown women. And you'll want to join in the MGTOW manosphere eventually, even after you've gone through a serious breakup with a woman of sorts. Even, but the one thing is also, seeing that I know psychology, okay, and I know logic, be that of course me being known as MGTOW Spock here, right? Even if you have already been hurt, McHenry, the so-called MGTOW Slayer, you simp, you are only venting out logically, but you're venting out at the wrong people. We MGTOW, as well as myself alone, can help you without exchange of money and without anything else, but with knowledge. If you really took the time to hear what we say and why we say this, because we MGTOW members and brothers have experienced things that you have yet to experience, McHenry, the so-called MGTOW Slayer. But instead of venting out and thinking you can attack us and thinking that the women will like you for it and want to open their legs at 10 and 2 for you because of it, you're not really up here now, are you? You're not being you. You're not being yourself. You're not giving yourself time to think things through, to basically also think, okay, what could I have done differently, or what did I do that I could have done in the relationship that you may have had that's making you vent out against us, MGTOW. There's many things many of us men could do, but the one thing is that it doesn't mean that the woman will accept it. But the one thing is also we got to be ourselves. We got to consider ourselves equally as important as women see and view them. The one thing is that you're not doing that now, are you? You got to really think about this too. Yes, it's okay to vent out and in frustration and sadness and all that sort of stuff, even after a breakup or a separation from a woman that you possibly were going with or dating, whichever, in any particular level type of relationship, right? Be that serious or moderate or not so serious. But the one thing is that you don't want to do it in the sense of being racial and in the sense of calling out a number of our members and trying to tear them down because you were emotionally torn down by the woman, by her doing something wrong to you that you heard that she may have said that she would never do to you, but she has. You get what I'm saying there too, don't you? If you really do, then trust me, you know I'm right. So I'm going to implore you to really do not make any video, McHenry, the so-called MGTOW Slayer, for 2 months. Let's start with 2 months here. Really take the time to think about it. Because you're not doing yourself any better by attacking people who would never do you wrong, but would help you because you're a male. Even after going through a relationship that where the woman has done you wrong. Or it could be the fact that you're still in the dating scene and you think by talking big and tough when you're really not, you think women will just come to you and flock to you and open their legs at 10 and 2 for you. Women are not stupid on that aspect. They can see right through you, McHenry, the so-called MGTOW Slayer. The basic fact is, I've had many women. I act, and the one thing is, I act the way I have been, which is myself. And yes, I have a Star Trek uniform on, but guess what? People, the women have accepted me for who and how I am, thereby I accepted them. But the only thing I don't accept is the sinful actions of cheating, adultery, be that of course adultery, or any racial or any level of hatred. So basically, you need to think about what I said there. Now, don't you, McHenry, the so-called MGTOW Slayer? I'm just going to call you McHenry on that one. McHenry Cruz, if you want to call yourself that. The basic fact is, I know I speak the truth of what I said and have said and am saying. You need to really take the time to realize what I have said in this video, because the more you deny it, the more you ignore it, you're not really doing anything better for yourself. There are many men like you that have gone through all sorts of all sorts of levels of breakups, right? For any given reason. Whether the woman found that she didn't feel that she was right for the person, so she cheated on him with someone that she may feel at that time that she was right for, and all this sort of stuff, or any given reason. There's many levels, many things that men have gone through due to the inadequacies of women and their indecisiveness. And the female indecisiveness, because women are still logically, and they will not admit it, but women are still logically trying to find themselves. And they are still trying to find a spot in society that would fit best for them. They haven't found either. Because if they really did, then there's a good chance. I'm not saying how well of a chance, but there's a slightly good chance, possibly, that they wouldn't be. They'd be going over towards you or me or whoever else, and staying with any number of men, and not monkey branching over to others. Being more than satisfied within themselves and not expecting us men to fix their unhappiness, because logically we cannot reach in the woman and fix their unhappiness to where they're happy. That's one of many things that women expect, and they won't even admit that, and yet they still point the finger of blame as if we men are the reason for the female unhappiness, and we're not. Think about that. And everybody else who's been watching this video, really think about that, though. If you want to know more, let me know on LOGICALMGTOW Facebook, or the Logical Psychiatry, same thing, Facebook, and I can help you through it. But the basic fact is that any MGTOW haters, don't even attack us ever again, because we will roast you, and we will defend each other. This is the Logical MGTOW Spock. Live long and prosper.